I want you to think about every manager you've ever had. Now, think about the one that actually made you better, the one that you still talk about, the one who pushed you, who believed in you, and made you actually want to show up and be your best self. Now, think about the other kind of manager you had, the one who took credit for everything you worked on. You stayed late and figured it out, you delivered, and somehow their name was the one in the room when it mattered. So here's the truth. Most people don't leave jobs. They leave their managers. And if you're watching this video right now, maybe you've already felt that, lived that, even done that. So today I want to give you 3 things that separate a great manager from a bad one. And whether you're an employee trying to find one or you're a manager trying to be one, this video is for you. All right, number 1. Great managers do one-on-one meetings, and they do them right. Let me tell you something I say to all the CEOs that I coach. Your job is to build the people, and the people build the business. That's it. That's the whole game. And the one-on-one meeting, see, that is the most important meeting in the entire company. Not the all-hands meeting, not the quarterly review. The one-on-one meeting is the most important. And here is where most managers get it wrong. They turn the one-on-one meeting into a status update. They sit down and say, okay, where are we on this project? What's going on? Here's what I want you to know about. What's next? Here's some task I want to give to you. And they move on. That's not a one-on-one meeting. That's just a report. See, a real one-on-one meeting is not for the manager. It's for the person sitting across the table. And actually, I have a framework I use called the 4 C's of a great one-on-one. Every great one-on-one meeting, your goal as a manager should do these 4 things. First one is you have to care about the person. And the huge trick here is you can't fake this. You genuinely have to care. We all know the manager who just pretended to care. The second thing is you have to celebrate. Celebrate wins. Acknowledge the work that you're doing. Say, good job. We rocked it as a team. Make sure you celebrate. The third is you have to challenge the person. We should always be challenging to get better, to go further, to get uncomfortable, to try new things. And the fourth thing is you have to commit. So by the next one-on-one, by next month, by next quarter, what are we going to do? Let's agree and commit to it. If you want the full resource, I'll drop it in the comments so you can get the one-on-one meeting template. But the idea here is simple. Make the person feel seen. Make them feel like this 30 minutes is theirs to make them better. Ask them what's hard, what's going well, how can I get roadblocks off of your plate? That's your job. See, when I was a bad manager, and yes, the very beginning, when I first started out as a CEO, I think I was probably a bad manager. I had 16 people reporting to me all at once. I couldn't genuinely show up for 16 people. It was status. It was just kind of going through the motions. I was spread too thin that nobody was really getting what they needed from me. As I became a better manager and delegated and we built the team, I cut that down to 5 direct reports. And I did a 30-minute one-on-one every other week with them. That's it. That was the commitment. And the whole team got better because of it. So are you actually doing one-on-ones? And when you do them, are they really for your people or are you doing them just for you? Number 2, great managers ask, how do you want to grow? This one seems so simple, but it's rarely done. See, the best managers sit down with the people and ask, where do you want to go? What does your life look like in 5 years? What do you want to be? How can I help you get there? See, people don't just want a paycheck. They want to know that they're moving forward in life, that they're growing, that they can see a path forward. Because if they don't see a path, they start looking for the door. See, I learned this the hard way. My old company, we had a designer, incredibly talented person, so great at her job. And when she left, put in her 2 weeks notice, we always try to do an exit interview. So make sure you always do exit interviews. And one of our questions was, what would have to have changed for you to stay here? And she said, I always felt like I knew where the company was going, my company Lemonly, but she wasn't sure how I fit into that trajectory. And see, that one hit me hard because I realized I had done all this work building the company, but I dropped the ball on showing the people how they could grow inside the company. So after that, we learned the hard way. We looked in the mirror and we built something we call the personal growth plan. Simple document. It maps out who that person is. How do they become their best self? What matters to them? Where do you want to be? And how can the company help you grow to get there? What I always like to tell my founders and CEOs is there's a trajectory. Every company has a trajectory and every person in that company has a trajectory. And they may line up for a year or many years, and they may diverge and go separate ways, and that's okay. But you got to figure out what the company needs and what the person needs. So if you want that resource, the personal growth plan, you can get it in the comments below. Now, see, here's the mind shift for managers. Your real track record isn't your company's revenue. It's the people that you helped become better. That becomes your legacy, right? It's like the concept called the coaching tree. An NFL coach, you can see an old coach who's coached for decades. You see all the people that coached underneath them, the assistants, and where the places they've gone on to coach and the places that they've gone on to lead. That to me is the sign of a true leader's legacy. That is your true legacy. What does your tree look like? What did those people go on to do? That's how you want to be remembered. So ask your people, how do you want to grow? And then actually try to help them get there. All right, number 3, great managers challenge their people and then share the credit. This one's probably one of the hardest to do. See, good managers will push their people. They know where the blind spots are. They know who might be coasting and needs a nudge. They know who's ready for more and wants to take a step forward. And they're not afraid to say it out loud. So they delegate even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it means someone else might get the win. And that's so hard to do. Especially when you're in a bigger company where credit equals visibility, right? And visibility might equal your next promotion. You want everyone to know that you contributed to that win. But the best managers I've ever seen, they celebrate their people below them just as much as they try to impress the people above them. They don't settle for good enough. They want their team to be the best team because that's where they get the credit. And they're willing to let someone else shine if it means that the team gets better. So here's what bad managers do instead. They hold on. They think that they are the secret ingredient. They micromanage because they're afraid that if someone else does the job, then it becomes less valuable. And see what happens, then their best people leave every time. The great managers will let go. They invest in their people. They push them. And they celebrate them when those people win, even if it makes them look smaller in the process. And I think that takes real confidence, takes real leadership, and people who truly care. All right, so let's bring this home. These are 3 things that separate a great manager from a bad one. They do one-on-ones, and they recognize that the meeting is not for them. It's for the person who reports to them. Number 2, they ask, how do you want to grow? They help you see a future, not only inside the company, but for your life. And number 3, they challenge you. They invest in you, and then they share the credit when you win. All right, so here's what I want you to do right now. If you're an employee, think about that manager that you have today. Are they doing those things for you? If not, you now have language to go back to them. Start that conversation, push them, ask them to do a one-on-one meeting. Ask them to invest and challenge you. Challenge them back. And if you're a manager watching this, I'm gonna challenge you. Pick one of those 3 things and go do it this week. Just need to do one. So schedule that one-on-one meeting if you've been pushing it off or telling your team member, yeah, we'll get to it. Ask someone on your team, how do you want to grow? And chart that, write it down, and hand something off to the person on your team and let them take the win. That's how you become the kind of manager that people remember, that people want to work for. I have the 4 C's framework, the one-on-one meeting agenda, and the personal growth plan linked below in the comments. They're free, use them. And if you found this helpful, follow for more. I'm trying to share real stuff about building teams, leading people, and making momentum in your career and your business.